What's up, everybody? It's the Home Ec Guy here, and welcome to my channel. Normally, when people think about home economics, they think about middle school and high school classes that were all about cooking and sewing, maybe paying bills. That's kind of a dated 20th century look at home economics, and we live in the 21st century, so I think it's time we start taking a 21st century look at home economics and figure out how to make our home economies work for us. In order to do that, I think it's important we first define home economics in 21st century terms so we can kind of understand and all be on the same page when we look at home economics. A lot of people think, again, cooking and sewing or something like that. Or maybe they think, oh, home economics should be about paying bills and paying taxes and writing your resume. But none of that's really economics. That's just job hunting. So we're going to kind of define home economics and go from there so that we're all on the same page. For me, home economics is pretty simple. Home, that's where we live. It's our property, it's us, it's what we do, it's our families. Economics, to define it pretty simply, is the science of production, consumption, and distribution of goods and services. So, goods are the things that we use. Services are if we need a plumber to come help us or an electrician to come help us. So that's goods and services. Now, which of those goods and services do we produce, consume, and distribute? If we start looking at those things, that's what home economics is. Now, science is pretty straightforward. It's the scientific method. We're not going to be doing some like lab coat type studies, at that level. We're going to be doing like a 6th grade type science look at home economics and how to make it work for us. So for us, the scientific method, or for me anywhere here at Greens Acre, the scientific method is to observe, to create a hypothesis. Nope, that's not even right. It's to observe, it's to question, then it's to create a hypothesis, then it's to test or implement my hypothesis or the solution or whatever it is, check my results, and then repeat it. In some instances, you go full in at the house. There's no like testing in a beaker before you test on the whole house. In some instances there is, so when I can, I will, and otherwise, sometimes you got to go off the hypothesis and go all in at your house. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the scientific method as I outlined there: observe, question, the hypothesis, test, and check the results and repeat. And I'm going to do that for all the different goods and services my home, Greens Acre, produces, consumes, and distributes. And I think when we start to do that, we'll start to realize how efficient and how productive our home economies are. In the 19th century and the 20th century, all the way up to now, the early 21st century, we're known as consumers. And I think it's about time we start changing that and start becoming producers. If you really want to be free, you have to be able to produce and stop being so much of a consumer. So that's kind of my goal and what I'm going to be doing here at Greens Acre. I hope you follow along. Next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be observing my home economy and coming back and kind of getting an overview of what I found and what I see. Leave comments below to let me know what you think about your home economy and the different types of goods and services your home economy produces, consumes, and distributes. Thanks for checking me out.